All right, it is time to address the boogeyman, the elephant in the room, the upgrade to Pixies in the form of the Sunpearl Kirin. Nobody played this during the early access event. Everyone kind of collectively and silently agreed not to torture anyone with the pickup and put down that is Esper Pixies in the early access event. But now that we're into ranked standard, we have to talk about it. It's actually pretty interesting. I think this card will be much better in best of 3 than best of 1. I think it'll still be good in best of 1, but not to the same extent. Here's why. The metas are vastly different. In best of 1, the most played deck by a wide margin is mono red and all its variants. I'm staring at the stats right now on Untapped.gg from bronze to mythic. 11.2% of the meta, mono red. The next most played deck, 11.2% of the meta, is Boros. It could be some mix of Mobilize and enchantments. I can't tell from this right here without clicking further. Then the 6th most played deck is Mardu at 5%. Again, we're not really sure if it's like Mardu Fling or Mardu Mobilize. And then the 8th most played deck is Rakdos at 5%, probably Rakdos aggro. So we are over 30% of the meta being red and red variants. And I can't even see the next 10 decks, right? So we could be up at 40%, God knows, but we're well over 30% for sure. And the reason that is important to this discussion is that if over 30% of the meta is mono red, the best thing you can do against mono red is Shelter by Ghosts. And the best wielder of Shelter by Ghosts is the Optimistic Scavenger, which benefits from enchantments like the Fear of Isolation and not the Sunpearl Kirin. That's not the main reason you might not run the Kirin or might not be as impactful in best of 1. The bigger reason is I think what people really want to explore with this card is, can we cut the Scavenger in best of 3 and instead run the Spiteful Hexmage? Because then you can go turn 1 Hexmage, turn 2 play the Kirin, and then bounce the Hexmage token, draw a card, and now you have a 1 mana 3/2 off the bat, plus you got the card draw. I think this will also be better in best of 3 because just imagine you're on the play, you do nothing on turn 2, your opponent sees you do nothing, they don't even know what you're playing necessarily, they tap out for like Beanstalk, and you flash in the Kirin, and then you attack, and then get the Kaito in. Kaito is also vastly better in best of 3. It's like better by like 8%. It's like a huge margin, I think, because, I mean, anytime you have this card on the play, you feel really good. But on the draw, I mean, you kind of just get run over by mono red. So this card is, again, much better in best of 3. And I think the flash off the Kirin comboed into the Kaito is going to be very nasty in best of 3. And you don't run Shelter by Ghosts, and you don't have to run the Scavenger. The Hexmage could take the slot. So for all these reasons, the Kirin is going to be really good in best of 3. I think it'll still be excellent in best of 1. Like, I played around with it a little bit so far, and just the option to hold open Kirin, know where to run, or this town is really strong. Playing at instant speed. You don't just like flash it in and like protect one of your things, bounce it back to your hand. We're still going to run a couple Hexmages here to try it out. Yeah, it's a nasty card for sure. So we're going to try it out here in 4X in best of 1. Not because I necessarily think it is the optimal quantity. Maybe you just go 4 isolations because an enchantment pumps a Scavenger and the Scavenger wields the Ghost. Like, the logic could be as simple as that. But for showcasing new cards, we're still going to run 4X of this today. Here we go. We're going to do it live with no edits or cuts, and we'll just figure some things out as we go. I'm also running 22 lands in best of 1 because of the hand smoothing algorithm. But in best of 3, you run generally a little more, 23, 24, and can even throw some stock ups in there. So yeah, we'll see how this does. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We're on our way to 40,000 subscribers, which is quite cool. So if you watch this channel every day and you're not subscribed, this is my finger wag at you. Now is your time to take the mouse and put it on that button and hit the click. Anton DeBoss is our opponent here. Mana is okay. Pixie on 1 is not great. We can go Talent on 1 or Nightmare. We're on the draw. We get the Kirin to try out. We will keep this. Guess we go Talent here and then Nightmare Pixie-ish. It's mono red. We have no removal yet, but they have no 1-drop. So we'll still go Talent here to start. A little bit of stick for that Burst Lightning in hand. Could see it come out now. Kirin notably is also a 2/1, so it does die to Burst Lightning, whereas the Nightmare is a 2/3, and so it only dies to Lightning Strike. Or at least it does not also die to Burst Lightning. So that is another relevant difference in best of 1. Both still die to Cutdown. Both die to Elspeth Smite, both die to pretty much everything else, but in this case, it is a little bit weaker against mono red for that reason. Scavenger is the direction we want to move here, I think. think we just go Scavenger Nightmare. Try to get this sucker as big as possible. We don't have any, we don't have any shelter yet. But, if we can grow this card quickly, it is very valuable. It's a 2/2. When it bends the Lightning Strike. And they have the next Burst Lightning, but they don't have that many creatures, so I'm not hating this. Okay, the next land here. It's, unfortunately, we're tight on white. So we only get to do one white thing this turn. Might as well, we could burn the Kirin, I suppose. Take another card in hand. I guess the 2/2 blocks a little better, though. I think we'll still go with this. It's not as mana efficient. I think we'll take the Nightmare and just strip one more card out of that hand. Rage down. Let's see if they Rockface Village before combat. If they have the Rage here, I think we're fine to see it now. Blocks don't really get much better. Yeah, I'm happy to see the Rage here. Okay, so that's the last card. They do have the Rockface Village still. Drop to 10. And they're left over with a 2/3. We hit another land. I think it's just the Kirin to be mana efficient, and we replay the talent here. Drop to 9. Well, we're looking for one of our 4 copies of Shelter, or one of our 4 copies of Nowhere to Run. Claw can give it haste as a 2/2. We can still trade it off with the Kirin. Which I think is what we're doing. I mean, we're looking to top deck removal here. No point in blocking the trample. We take 4. Drop to 4. That does not help so much. Can't get back anything useful. We could take the turn to try to scry. I mean, we're gonna have to block this turn, which is tough. We're not killing them from here either. I think the scry is actually the best thing we can do. Should we do this? Bounce the talent. Try to block with a 3/3. Top deck the removal spell. So if they do this, it's 6 points of damage. So, yeah, we can block with both, I guess. Go to 1. That's the plan here. We hope they top deck nothing. It's almost impossible to top deck nothing. They have to top deck a non-hasty creature. Move to combat first. If they have the next rage, they probably just win. I mean, we are blocking all here, though. And we're taking the scry. 2 blocks. So they are threatening 4 points of damage. And we'll see how much more they get. Frenzy there. We only take 2. So we could bounce it and get a draw here. But the scry 2 is a little bit deeper. That would drop us to 1 either way. I mean, I think we have to take the scry. Because we absolutely have to hit our removal spell. There's no choice. So you just let this go. Even though you could get a single draw. First strike. Double strike, drop to 2. Alright. Needs to be a removal spell here. Kaito. We could play you and lock it down, I suppose. And either we do that or we lose, right? So it's got to be this. I'm not willing to take one more look. And any creature off the top is haste, but I think this is kind of our only option. It's not like the deck isn't built to combat this. It just ain't happening for us.
Bet you didn't expect to see me here.
Alright, you are tapped down. So any creature off the top is basically lethal. It's a land. We live another turn here. Okay, the game goes on. We're at 2. That's interesting. I guess we can bounce our own creature at some point. And then replay it? That's pretty funny. It's decent value then. Okay, I think we attack and draw. Probably could have done that first. No removal. I mean, I think we're just digging for removal still. If we hit a nowhere to run, we feel much safer. It's another land. Okay. We could bounce the token and draw. We could bounce the Kaito and then -2 it again, which I think is what we're doing here. Still don't have lethal, yeah, so, okay, I think it's this. Bounce the Kaito, replay it, and then -2 again, I guess. Another land. Again, we have nothing relevant in the graveyard to get back, so, yeah, we just run this back again. Throw us up. Walk it down. Do we attack all? We could leave one creature back here. I guess we'd rather block with the Kirin. Assuming this creature doesn't have trample. They hit a creature. It is exactly lethal. Great. Well, you can't say we didn't try. We have 4 shelters and 4 nowhere to runs. So block here, take 2 to the face, or no blocks and die. There's just no way around it. Okay. That's fine. Don't think that proves much about the Kirin. I mean, the 2/3 would have been a little bit better of a blocker versus their double strike. But the card's cool for sure. We did see it die to Burst Lightning, right? I think that's correct. So that is another point towards the fear in best of 1. But again, I think in best of 3, the Kirin's going to be really nasty. Bouncing the Kaito was cool. Kind of a perma lockdown. I mean, you could have plussed it instead of taking the Surveil draw, but I was happy to take the Surveil draw. We needed, like, a removal spell to get out of that. If we had a nowhere to run or a shelter, we would have been totally fine. Okay, mana's looking good. We got the Scavenger into the shelter. We're on the draw here. I think this is totally fine. We don't have a good bounce target for Kaito yet, but I'll still keep this for sure. It's mono red again. Okay, I think we're going Scavenger potentially right into shelter. We kind of hope they don't have immediate Burst Lightning, but there aren't too many other ways to do it. Scroll? It's double strike. So if they go land Burst Lightning, we fall pretty much too far behind. But if they don't, we can escape this game. Just land shelter. Generally have to take the double strike source. So it begins. So yeah, land Torches Tower or land Burst Lightning sucks, but we are on the draw. And so we basically have to make this play. There's no other play that's worth making. Talent. All right. Scavenger lives. Gets pumped. We don't have a good Kaito target, like I said. But now we're racing with lifelink. Drop to 15. Double Nightmare is a nice pump here. Okay. They're going to lose a whole bunch of cards, too. Rage down. Run it back. Nemesis down too. Okay. Swing for 5 lifelink. And we're pretty much out of range of any red removal. I don't know if you main deck Paw Patch formation in green in best of 1 or not. So their next goal is can they shut off our life gain? They do nothing here. Okay. We don't have a blowout for the double block. I definitely start here. Attacking, probably not so good. We can sack the Nightmare this turn, and then next turn we're big enough to Kaito tap down whichever one is bigger. I don't think we want to Kaito this turn. Because we tap something down, we still have a 4 toughness creature, and then they could attack, and then we either lose the Kaito or the Scavenger. But this way we're a little bit bigger, plus we can sack the Hopeless Nightmare. Alright, they do leave open mana, but it's not going to interact with our Scavenger, really. Unless it's a Witchstalker Frenzy. So let's keep that on our mind. Attack with both. I guess they want to shut off our life gain. We almost have lethal here. So they have Rage in hand is what this means. Where they play a blocker and we tap it down. I think we go no blocks here. You could block the hero, but I think it's basically worthless. And we pretty much have lethal. So let's go no blocks. Witchstalker Frenzy would discount it by 2, right? So they couldn't scavenge unless they play the untap land. I think it is no blocks here. Yeah, that was dumb. Okay, they did not math that out right. I thought they might have a land after combat. The Shame Scoop. The mono red Shoop of Scame. The Shoop of Scame. Okay. Great. I mean, this proves my point, right? So far, the 30% of the meta is mono red. You have to run Shelter by Ghosts, and you know, little Scavenger whales at the best. So it's a point against the Kirin in best of 1. We'll keep playing it though. I do think it's cool. I mean, the flash is crazy flexible. Uji. On the play again. We have good mana. We flash in the Kira and do nothing. We have Shelter by Ghost in the opening hand, but there's nothing really to do with it. This is not amazing. I think you do mulligan this one. We're on the play too. We could get a much better aggressive opening hand. It's a 1-lander now. Oh, we could go Talent on 1. Pixie on 2. This is closer to keepable. If we draw any land, we're golden. We get 2 draws to do it. If we're trying to win the most number of games, I think you mulligan again. I do. Alright. Both our lands. One is a creature land, which is unfortunate. We're going to keep this. Probably put back the Kirin. and a Hopeless Nightmare. Go Hopeless Nightmare on 1. With Anchorage. Yeah, I think this is it. I guess we Anchorage on 1. Turn 2 Hopeless Nightmare and Pixie together. Or no order if we have to. It is the Multi 5. It's black. Probably not great for us. They also have turn 1 Duress into our Multi 5. Okay. It's another land. Oh, this is so bad. I mean, I don't think we necessarily need to play the Pixie here. Yeah, this might just be an L. I might just scoop early here. I think it was still the right call to Multi 5. You can get some really explosive starts. And put on a lot of pressure. You can absolutely win off Multi 5 with this deck. This does suck, though. I mean, they're going to take our last creature. The Multi 5 versus the discard hand is not really where you want to be. Okay. I guess we can play the Pixie for pressure. I mean, we can always bounce it and save it. And if we draw something else bounceable, we have the Kirin to bounce it. I'm not saying it's good. I'm saying it can be done. Maybe we bait out a removal spell here. Huh. Okay. I mean, yeah, we'll just play this guy out. Smith 0. Nothing to discard. Nope. Alright, we're actually in this game now. Let's just make sure Auto Tapper doesn't do anything funky. Okay. Swing for 5. Opponent drops a 15. We have a map token value. Against Mono Black discard. The worst deck to play against on the Multi 5. Demolition Fields. Sure. I think we only have one basic. What do we put on the bottom of the deck? I mean, I guess we can just check. Yeah, we have one swamp and we already drew it, so we'll decline here. It's a rare edge case, but it is real. I thought about 2 for the Magmatic Hellkite, but I haven't seen anyone running it. People probably don't want to blow their wildcards on it yet. One also discards a card. They can always just level up the talent. Here we go. Scavenger on top. I mean, what do we really want here? Right, Kaito is our dream draw. The thing is, nothing is really that much better. Kaito is a dream draw, but there's only 2 in the deck, so I'm not sure there's really a whole lot that's much better. The Storm Chaser's talent could be okay. Yeah, there's not too much, though. We'll keep it on top. I'm just not aware that there's too much that's better here. If we're lucky, they play a creature, and we get to make use of nowhere to run. They probably just go another discard effect. Alcazaz, that does not quite die, and it has lifelink. I mean, I think we offer the trade, except that they just get it back. I mean, this is brutal. We can't offer the trade. It's too much value, so we do nothing. I'm not sure how we possibly get out of this, but I guess we need to hit a series of this towns. It's no artifact or creature. Problem is their bandit's talent is gonna run us dry soon. They'll start to drain us and then also draw their own cards. Yeah, I mean, that sucks. See if they minus or plus. Sure. I mean, we'll take our scavenger trigger, I guess. And we'll hope this guy gets big enough.
Drop it.
Another land doesn't do jack. And they start leveling up the talent, so yeah, not great. I'm ready to scoop soon. There was a kind of a window there where we were hitting for 5 a turn. If we kept the creature land, maybe we could have done something. But we're pretty close to off this game.
Sacrifices must be made.
Yeah, that's about it, right? The free draw off of that, plus the free draw off the bandit's talent coming soon. We can potentially kill Liliana here. But this 4/4 is very difficult for us to get rid of. Yeah, I mean, you're a card, but it's not quite enough. Liliana does go down.
Fine. I know when I'm not wanted.
No, we can't beat that. It's too much. We scoop here. We scoop with dignity. We took the multi-5. There are some cases where you multi-5 and you pop off and you totally clown people with this deck. This wasn't going to be one of them. That's totally fine. I'm thinking about adding a bit more momentum breaker into this deck over the Hex Mage. We still have 12 1-drops in our 22 land deck. I know it neuters a little bit of the excitement of the Kirin, but it is, I think it's the direction I want to go. So we're going to make this quick change. Momentum breaker. I like this card a lot. Gives us a bit more removal, even beyond Shelter. Because Shelter, you have to have a specific setup for it, and it is excellent. But having a bit more bounceable removal, I think is good. The spies and secret keepers of the Dimir once ran the information trade in Ravnica. Since the Phyrexian invasion, they have retreated into the shadows. Some even claim they don't exist anymore. I don't know if I wish I knew the magic lore or not. I feel like it's a lot to invest into. It could be cool. Alright, we're on the draw. It is definitely keepable. It's mono red again. We have shelters, so we just need a way to set it up. We don't have a great way to do that yet. We do have a lot of white cards in hand. So it's pretty important we play as much white per turn, so I think we'll actually start here over the turn 1 talent. I mean, yeah, we can't even turn 2 shelter unless we have white. So we want to play as many white spells per turn. Otherwise, we're going to get really bottlenecked on mana. So even though this is awkward, I think it's the right call. Let's see if it's turn 2 nut draw. No. But it is nasty. Bane Splitter off the bat. Okay. So if they only have pump spells, they might not have removal spells. So we might just be able to throw the shelter on just a random creature and call it a day. This town is interesting. Yeah, the 2/2 Pixie, I think, is decent here. So you go talent, pick it up, Pixie, and next turn shelter on the Pixie. Then it's a 3/2 lifelink. Looks like the best we're going to get. The balance is also decent against their kind of pump stuff. So if there is a turn where we can hold open to this town, I don't think that's that bad either. But for now, it's Pixie, shelter, and that's the whole bit. And we hope we don't die this turn. Although it's certainly possible. I think we're going no blocks, right? We could block the Scamp here. It does reduce their damage quite a bit, right? If they have +3/+0 with no trample. Just you? Ah, I think it's... I mean, I hope they don't kill the Pixie here. Oh, this is good. This is good. I think this is a no blocks turn. I think they have no pump spells. I think we might take the Scamp if we can. Because that's the only thing that threatens as a removal spell. We're going to save the token, I think, one more turn. It's a potential draw off the Kirin for what it's worth. I think it could be correct to block here. Because I don't know if the blocks are going to get any better. And they clearly don't have anything, I think. So it's either 2 lands in hand or another creature, I guess. I'm not sure what that is. It's Fling to the Face. Yeah, that drops us pretty freaking low. But the game doesn't end on the spot, surprisingly. Has to be shelter, right? And then we take the block. Otherwise, you could hold this town to avoid a blowout, but I think we just go for the shelter on the Scamp. Because I don't think they have a whole lot in hand. Play the talent too. think we hold back the rest of the blockers. Just in case. We could still lose here. We're up to 5. I think we're taking double blocks on this thing. And then we shelter whatever's left over. Unless they tap out. Doesn't give trample, does it? Alright. Attack for 4. In fact, we definitely do not double block, because then we take 4 to the face, which is probably not ideal. They do nothing. We get double shelter going. Plus we have the land to take a token draw if we want it. This is looking nice here. I think we're safe to attack all, knowing we have this town. We'll go up to 9. I think it's fine. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's why you run 4 shelters. I'm just thinking about the Kirin in best of 1 still. It's also nice that you may bounce something. You don't have to bounce something. In terms of cards that get along with Shelter by Ghosts, you don't really want to have to bounce things, because when you're... It's awkward, because Shelter wants to keep things on the battlefield. You want to suit up one thing big. You don't want to bounce the target of your Shelter back to your hand, obviously. We're on the draw. We have Nightmare into Kirin. I think it's totally keepable. Figure out Shelter later. It's mono red. Again? I told you, 30+% of the meta. I ain't joking. Alright. Fast land, Nightmare. And then probably Nowhere to Run to next. And then bounce the Nowhere to Run with the Kirin. Let's hope this guy stays within Nowhere to Run range. Alright, it's double strike off the bat. Good for you. There's almost no point in waiting. I mean, we're gonna do this pretty much regardless, right? We just wait till the beginning of combat. It's not gonna change anything. I mean, technically we can set full control and do this before they move to combat to get the trigger, but it doesn't matter. Domain. Land. Even if they play Nemesis here. Oh, okay. Alright, alright. Okay. Cool. I mean, we're still taking the double strike source this turn. For you guys, in 10 minutes for me filming this, you will see my Corey Steelcutter video released. We dropped to 11 here. Okay, I mean, I don't think we can block with the Kirin, because, I think we need to use Shelter by Ghost with it. So we'll see how dead we are. I think we flash the Kirin, bounce the Nowhere to Run, get it back. Next turn, play Nowhere to Run, pick off one thing, shelter something else, and then just hope to get there. A manual equip. That's interesting. Only you. Cool. Okay. All right. There you go. I mean, again, I don't think we're blocking because I think we need to suit up someone. Take 6. You got it. Down to 5. All right. This is our shining moment here. Get back Nowhere to Run. It does not kill the hero anymore, but that's okay. Is there any reason to scavenge here first? Probably not, right? Just this plus shelter. I mean, we can't protect the Kirin, but there's no way around that. If they have their removal, they just have it. It's got to be this guy, I think. Steelcutter's interesting. Swing for 3. They know about Nowhere to Run, though. They could rage the Swift Spear. They're obviously planning to double spell in general. I don't think they have rage in hand, obviously, because they would use it last turn. So I think if we clear the Swift Spear out now, I don't think it's that bad. Okay. We have 8 life. They should run a lot of burst lightnings with the steel cutter, so we could lose the Kirin here for sure. But I think we had to do that over trying to pump the toughness up a bit. Spell number 1, only for 2, so they really want the double spell here. But they're not zapping the Kirin this turn. That is interesting. Swing for 5, okay. Good chunk of damage. Alright, let's see how our top deck is. It is not ideal. But I wouldn't say it's terrible. Yeah, we swing for 4 here. We could sack the Momentum Breaker, actually, if we needed to, just for 2 more life. I think that's worth playing towards. Over the fast land. They currently have 4 damage presented. They plot a Ruckus? They plot a Slick Shot. This is Trample, yeah. Okay, so go into blocks here. Take 4. I think we keep the Scavenger around. Down to 3. I think we keep the Momentum Breaker too. We're about to get 1 more life out of the deal. Alright, not a land, not a land. Yeah, it's fine. It makes our lifelink bigger. I got no problem with that. I don't think we're blocking the Trampler. But it doesn't really change our clock, does it? It does a little bit. We'll take 4 or 5 damage this turn. But we can gain back with Momentum Breaker. They top deck a Nemesis we could block for 1. I think we hold 1 to 3. Is there any world where we get lethal here? They top deck the Nemesis. They hit for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage. We still have Momentum Breaker back. I think we go for it. I think if they have Rage, they kind of just win. Otherwise, we sack the Momentum Breaker, or ideally we have the time to scry into the Nightmare. Alright, it's a Slick Shot. 1 card in hand. If it's a double spell, they do get to Quarry here. Burst Lightning Face. Okay, sure. 4. Oh, actually, take away the Double Strike. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage. So it's exactly lethal. If we kept back the Scavenger, we would have lived there, so I guess it's our fault. Could have blocked the mouse. Well, my bad. I guess I was counting on the Screaming Nemesis, but should have masked out the next Steel Cutter as well. So that is on me for losing that game. Otherwise, I guess I would have held back the blocker and like... Yeah, I mean, we probably could have gotten out of it. It's close, but yeah, that was a mistake. We probably would have won that if we played it a little bit better and just held back the blocker. I was thinking there might be a world where we threaten lethal. We could like hit the like fear of whatever missing out or nightmare. Bounce the removal spell. Use the removal spell to take out a last blocker, and that would have put 2 counters on the Scavenger, and it would have been a 3/3, so we could swing for lethal. But probably should have played it a bit more safe. We're on the draw here. It looks good to me. Good enough. It's blue. Fast land. Okay, we just need to race as quickly as possible here. Arcavius in hand. I think we're just being mana efficient this turn. And I guess Shelter pumps more damage out, and there's no other target for it, so I guess we just go for this. Yeah, our matchup shouldn't be this good, right? Because our discard spells just help them discard anyway. They are stuck on land, though. Sucks for you. An opponent controls. We can cast it into nothing, but I think we go Scavenger Talent. We need blue open, auto tapper. Don't do that to me. And they can't pay for the dispersal. So I think we still pump this one up. Swing for 5. It's huge they're stuck on land. They also have no white currently, which is interesting. And this scoop! Clean win versus Omniscience. In 1 minute, my steel cutter video will come out for you guys. But there probably won't be too many more new comments until then. Oh, what's this guy's name? It's the Greek name. Pythagoras Sarcophagus or something. Love the no edited videos. Keep up the great work. Thank you very much. Jeremy Deere says, the fact that you can tutor up your dragon board wipe when needed is just icing on the dragon. I'm assuming you mean tutor off the land, right? Kind of, but the land's really expensive. It's 4 and tap, so it's like 5 mana to tutor the dragon, and then the dragon sweeper itself is very expensive. I'm definitely not sold on the sweeper dragon yet. We're on the play here. It's a little bit awkward. I mean, if their creatures were kind of set, I think we'll keep it, but I'm not so sure we just play out the Pixie on 1. I think we do nothing. And we hope they are creatures, because if we can bounce Nowhere to Run 3 times, I think we're quite happy. Pixie is really a 2-drop. Alright, they are creatures, kind of. Hopeless Nightmare, I think, is probably more reasonable here. Just because there's not really a creature worth removing yet. Cavern of Souls. That's interesting. I don't know if I know about that card being played in that deck. But maybe everything's a human? Human Knight Errant. Human, Recruiter of Imidane. Maybe it makes sense. That's a nice draw. 2 mana open for Torch the Tower, maybe? I mean, technically we can protect against that, so I think we will try to protect against that. We can flash in Nowhere to Run to make it 3 toughness, or do nothing and use the Kirin instead. So I think you defend against Torch the Tower here. I'm not sure what else they would be doing. I guess I'll just flash in Resolute Reinforcements. In that case, we can Nowhere to Run one of them. I think that's okay. So we want to pick off something here because it prevents the Knight Errant. So we'll take out one of them now. Not even sure if Torch is main decked in I think the Flyer is good to go. Not even sure if Torch is necessarily main decked in the best of 1 version of this. So if they go land, they can still Knight Errant here. But if they didn't have the land, we would take them off of it. It's Case instead. 2 creatures, picks off the Scavenger. Pixie stays alive, though. Okay, so next land is we could either, again, take the Nowhere to Run, or take a card out of their hand. I think the Nowhere to Run is better. And again, we're going to do it basically now. To try to keep them off the Knight Errant as much as possible. 3 to the face. We do this now. And we just keep their creature count low. Makes everything in their deck worse. Makes the cases worse. Makes the Knight Errant worse. They hit a Soulstone Sanctuary as well. Very diverse deck. War Leader's Cole. Well, when we take the last creature again. Ah, alright, nice. It's a good chunk of damage. No blocks here, I don't think. More land. I think we take the last card while we got it. We'll take a lot of damage here, actually. Take 10 damage. If we hit for 7, it's a 2-turn clock. I think we make him top deck the next thing, yeah? To land? I think you push for the clock here. Can likely cast it next turn though. Drop to 6. Yeah, I don't think there's any reason to do this now. We should have plenty of mana to do it next turn. So they have 8 damage here? Yeah, I did not get the rest of the way. Okay. Interesting. I think our record's okay today. Not really sure. So far, we're 63% win rate, 5-3. Totally reasonable. I don't think we've gotten to showcase any super powerful Kirin turns, though. Like, I'm not sure we've proved how good I think the Flash actually is. I think it is very good. We're on the play. We can go Nightmare on 1 into Pixie Replay, so that's fine with me. Alright, start here. World Championship. 26? Is that right? Have there been that many World Championships? This game is very old. Alright. Fast land. Probably Pixie Replay. Pick it up. Gain a life. Put it back down. Lose 2 more life. We've seen no this down bounces the whole hour, I think. Like, that is the card defined. If they can go turn 3 lockdown. They might not run lockdown with the authority, though. We're not sure. Alright. We're going to take that last card, dude. Go untap land here. Into Fear, I think. And then replay it again. No remorse, dude. 0 remorse here. Flanker gone. Some tech versus Omniscience. Tap land. Last card's another authority. Okay. Well, we don't have a huge incentive to we just hold the Kirin here, I guess. Need 2 life for now. Yeah, I mean, in theory, we bounce the Nightmare here. Ketramos of the New Dawn. Nice. We'd have to Momentum Breaker that. We'll just play out the creature to get the damage over the long term. Where'd our ETB go? Bounce you back to hand. Talent is nice. I think it's worth continuing to develop the board. We could save the Nightmare, because if they hit a 4-drop, they are screwed. That's interesting. They probably won't have any flying creatures. I think the flyer is fine here. Spread it out a little bit. If we play this now, I think we save it. Because if they top any 4-drop or 5-drop in like their control deck, then it's just stuck in hand. So we do lose a point of damage, but I don't think it's that bad. I think they're gonna be pissed if they have a 4-drop. Nope, they hit the land. Okay. Plus we do get Prowess this coming turn. There's Kaito as well, though. I mean, we probably flash that in here, too. guess we can replay the Scavenger at this point. Or replay the Fear. I guess you want to replay the, either the Fear or the Kirin. We kind of distributed the counters a little bit awkward. I mean, this is just brutal, right? Guess we'll take the Fear back. I mean, this is a non-game, basically. I don't know if it's a non-game, or maybe we just discarded all the good cards.
Don't worry, Pom Pom Chan. I've got
Don't need a removal. We'll take another random creature, I guess. I mean, they gain 2 life per creature, so we're just looking to hit lethal this turn. Let's not play out too much stuff before combat. They scoop. Yeah. That is a classic Pixies game. Okay, I think we'll start to wrap it up there. I think we went, what, like 7 and... 5 and 3? 6 and 3, maybe? 6 and 3 for 67% win rate on the hour. Totally reasonable. Yeah, I don't think you guys really got to see how good I think the Kirin actually is. But for the reasons I discussed, if, you know, try not to net deck things so much from random creators. If you see people going in best of 3 and, grab up the camera too. If you see people in best of 3 being like, Kirin's amazing, like you have to play this card, and you just net deck it straight into best of 1, I'm just telling you that, like, I still think, given the meta of 30+% mono red, you want to play Shelter. And if you want to play Shelter, then you want to play Scavenger. And if you want to play Scavenger, you might also want to play Fear of Isolation, because it's just a random enchantment that helps get this card out of Lightning Strike and Burst Lightning range. So Kirin, for that reason, I don't think is as good in best of 1. It's also much better with Kaito, because Kaito is much better in best of 3 than best of 1. So that's another reason potentially not to prioritize the Kirin. And then again, if you're going to prioritize the Scavenger instead of potentially prioritizing the Hex Mage, which could be a better play with the Kirin, you get more long-term value, right? You get the 3-2, which is kind of similar to like a 2-2 or 3-3 off the bat with the Scavenger, but you get an extra card, and like the longer, grindier games in best of 3, I think it is going to show up there. So I wouldn't just slam this in your best of 1 deck because everyone says to. I would think about it, and I wouldn't cut Scavenger or Ghosts. And so the question is like, how good is the Flash? And I think the Flash is good. I'm not saying this card might not still be better than Fear of Isolation. We didn't really get to see it today. I played a couple practice games, and my opponent tried to use a removal spell on our turn or their turn. I just bounced the thing they were trying to remove, and it felt pretty good. Obviously, you can bounce the talent tokens, but in general, you don't want to be bouncing your pressure pieces. So it's more just like another kind of flash bounce thing to hold open. So I think it's good. I would just, yeah, try it yourself and come to your own conclusions, and don't just copy paste it from some best of 3 list because someone else plays it. Like it may not be the right call in best of 1. It could be a 2 of. It could be a no of. Maybe you run 2 more momentum breakers instead. So yeah, just keep your mind open and yeah, try things out. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you enjoyed today's video, you can like and subscribe. Subscribe as we get closer to the 40,000 subscriber mark. Leave comments. I usually read a lot more of them live while playing. Have a great day, and I will see you in the next one.